Have you been noticing that it has been a bit of a struggle to get around, stand up, maybe you're even having some low back and hip pain? Well, it could be because of a tight piriformis muscle. Hey, I'm Dr. Emerald of Basecamp Health, and in this video, we're gonna be walking through how to roll out and get some relief on that pesky little piriformis muscle. So what we will need for this little rollout exercise is a bit of wall and a lacrosse ball. What I like to do here is when finding the piriformis, it's gonna be right about pocket level on your boot. So I tend to look for like where I would imagine, I don't have a button on this side, but it's gonna be about where the button is. Now the nice thing is that I'm not worried about you finding exactly where the piriformis is. That's my job, not yours, because at this point, we're just exploring how this feels for your body. So if there's something that's super tight that needs some attention and it's not the piriformis, say it's your glute muscle, or what we would think of as your butt muscle, that's fine too. You're gonna get benefit from that. So really what we're looking to do is we're gonna place that ball, that lacrosse ball, or even a tennis ball against the wall. We're gonna lean up against it here, and we're gonna put some light pressure initially because I want you to start figuring out how to move with the lacrosse ball. So my feet are actually pretty much just straight, like I'm standing against this wall with a little bit of a lean because I wanna be a cool kid. And I'm gonna roll back and forth here. And my hips are a little bit twisted around so that muscle, my butt, is really getting some nice contact against the wall and that ball. And once you feel more comfortable doing this, what I then like to do is I'm going to kick my feet out just a little bit to give some pushback and pressure into this wall. And so that way, all right, now I'm glad that I'm doing this video because I just found what I would say a sticky spot for me. So this can feel really, really intense because you have a lot of nerves exiting the base of your spine here and going into your legs. So be mindful, go at your own pace. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna lightly roll out into this area because this is really tender for me. On my off time or when I'm just out and about, I like to do a lot of rock climbing, bouldering, and going to the gym. And this is an area that can be super beneficial to be focusing on if you're doing any of those, or if you're a parent, you're a person. Shoot, you're sitting a lot, you're lifting up kids, whatever your day entails. And this can be some nice TLC for yourself and your body. So I'm just keeping that ball right into that fleshy part. I'm not necessarily rolling on the bone itself. Okay, that's an important piece. And we're also not putting so much pressure that we're wanting or creating a bruise in this area, all right? So we're just rolling out, having a nice little fun time here and working this. Now, you can spend 60 seconds if you want. If that's feeling too intense, too much, spend less time, okay? There's not an exact science on this. This is really what feels good for you. The big thing is just really listen to your body here. Now, after you're feeling good on that, I always recommend doing both sides, especially when you're doing at-home care to keep things balanced. When you go in, see your chiropractor like myself or whoever you're working with, maybe they're only working on one side, but again, that's their specialty. That's what I do all day long. So there are gonna be times that we're only gonna be working on one side. Now, the reason that I like using the wall is because I can really control how much pressure is being applied to this area. When I'm on the floor, it becomes a lot harder. And I'm finding when I used to do it that way is I couldn't control the depth or the amount of pressure, and it was just super painful. I also found that it was harder to move around and really get the areas that I was wanting to get with the lacrosse ball. So stand up, start using the wall, get a lacrosse ball. These are under $5. I have no idea what this costs, but I'm sure it's under $5. And start doing this as a routine for your self-care, especially if you're noticing that you're having a lot of hip pain, a lot of butt pain, it's hard to move around. Maybe you're a lifter or an athlete and you don't have that hip movement that you would otherwise like to have. After you're done doing this, really watch how your body is feeling. Drink lots and lots of water because we are starting that detox process in the body and we want to be aware of that. So I'm Dr. Emerald of Basecamp Health. I hope you found this video helpful. If there's other areas that you're interested in, please let me know. I would love to do a little recording for you. Until next time, stay healthy.